Hey guys, so welcome back to Daily Entertainment Bar Show right here on Odate GHTV. Yeah, so if today is your first time on our channel, you're welcome to join this amazing family by clicking on the subscribe button below and also click on the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that anytime we drop a new content, you'll be the first to be notified. Kindly stay tuned for more.
His Majesty Osei Tutu II Asante arrived in Memphis, Tennessee in a private jet. Otumfuo is in the city of Memphis as part of the celebration of Memphis in May, which occurs every single year in May, where they honor and celebrate a country. And this year it was Ghana. Otumfuo is here to stay for a week in Memphis as part of the celebration. His Majesty was greeted by the High Commission in Washington and members of the Ghanaian
and attempts at colonial conquest, and remained fiercely independent until the beginning of the last century, when King Memphis I was taken into exile and Asante agreed to be integrated into the Gold Coast under British rule. So, we have been resolute and true to our integration into the new nation state, which is now the Republic of Ghana, and have been unflinching in our determination to ensure its continuing prosperity. So, the natural resources of our lands, in gold and timber, and the individual energy and drive of our people as they apply themselves to cocoa farming have been at the forefront of the economic development of the nation. So, during the Second World War, Asante bought 2 aircraft for Britain in support of the Empire War effort. So, and yet, the onset of independence ignited tensions between Asante and the leadership of the independence movement. So, for while they were as eager as any to welcome the dawn of freedom from foreign rule, the history and traditions of Asante obliged them to be more concerned about the institutional structure of the new state. So, the Asantes had always been absolutely loyal to their king, as the British realized when King Memphis was first detained. Wherever he was kept within the Gold Coast of West Africa, his people were prepared to work to try and rescue him. So, eventually, they had to send him across the oceans to the island of Seychelles, but they knew my people couldn't swim. So, even then, the people waited for all the 25 years he was in exile until the British allowed him to return to Kumasi before they formally committed their loyalty to the Gold Coast. So, beside their loyalty to their king, Asante's had implicit faith in the traditional governance system, and the British, as already noted, had been careful not to disavow their administration. So, it will be obvious, therefore, that the role and place of traditional authority in the new state will be of critical concern to Asante, more so perhaps than other areas of the Gold Coast. So, on the other hand, the new political leadership were fearful that the unity of the new nation could be compromised by any restoration of traditional authority. So, sadly, the political tug of war so poisoned the atmosphere that the space for a rational compromise was lost. The independence constitution that emerged was obviously riddled with fault lines which were to prove fertile. So, the effect has been tragic for Ghana and Africa. But we have learned the right lessons, and it has led Ghana to commit herself irrevocably to a democratic system of governance with an elected executive exercising the powers of state. Sure. An elected parliament which exercises the power to enact laws for the state, and an independent judiciary which exercises independent judicial oversight over the actions and affairs of the nation. Sure. We have a vibrant media to hold authority to account. But the lessons of the past also tell us that democracy is not all about the ballot box alone, and secondly, that no system of governance will survive in Africa unless it is deeply rooted in and nourished by the culture of the people. So, conditioned by these lessons, Ghana is involved in a happy convergence between the traditional authority giving the state its cultural roots and the essential strictures of the modern democratic state. So, it is still work in progress, but we are happy and proud of the acknowledgement, both nationally and internationally, of the traditional ruler's role as the critical support mechanism for the sustenance of the democratic order. So, as you may know too well, the adversarial nature of democratic politics has the tendency to raise tensions among political combatants. And in relatively fragile environments, this can often tip over the edge. What we have done is to place our chiefs as fathers of the communities above the combative political space, positioned to play the role of arbiters in conflict situations. Thus far, from the perception of chieftaincy as divisive promoters of tribal conflicts, chieftaincy in Ghana has become the indispensable support mechanism for the sustenance of the democratic order. So, additionally, chiefs have become the catalysts of economic development. As the custodians of the land, traditional authorities are vital not only in the acquisition of land for development, but as facilitators and direct partners in the promotion of investment and private enterprise, especially in our rural communities. So, when we ascended the Golden Stool 23 years ago, we proclaimed education as the ultimate priority of our reign. So, in furtherance of our priority, we established a foundation to support the education of children from poor backgrounds. It has become, so far, the largest private intervention in education in the country's history, and has provided for students who would otherwise have been deprived of basic education, among them persons who present to serve as ministers of state and justices of the courts. So, now the current government has introduced free education up to senior high school, which now ensures that all Ghanaian children from whatever background are guaranteed free education. So, considering the value of education to the nation, this must be one of the boldest policies of the nation. But it also brings its challenges. It puts a huge strain on the national budget and raises further challenge about the creation of jobs for the increasing number of graduates. So, I'm sure the brilliant minds assembled here in this audience and beyond will be reassured that Ghana is on the right path, able to weather the storm and sustain its chosen democratic path, and deserves the fulsome support and collaboration from the United States of America. So, I look forward to initiating collaboration between your university here and our premier University of Science and Technology, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, in the sciences and entrepreneurship development. So, I thank you all for listening to me.
Please be seated.
Please be seated.
Please be seated.
He's leaving.
Yeah, he's leaving. We have to stand up.
Okay, stand. Sorry.
Please be upstanding.
Yeah.